Never give anybody the power to get you out of character. When
Oh
they do
man,
that, when they get you out of character, you have given them power over you. I
complete
learned that.
control.
That is what I learned. That is what I took from 10th group, man. And that is how I have been able to go this long not having stressful days.
Mm.
Nobody can cause me to ever act out of character again.
Appreciate and grateful for you being on here, man. You came highly recommended. You were just highly spoken of in the mill talk and just the military universe as a whole, man. People consider you a true leader, and I think it's just a blessing and an honor to be able to ask you the questions, get the knowledge, and man, just extend your leadership to the podcast space, man. So for all the people who don't know, that's my senior, First Sergeant Hamilton, man. Go out there and just introduce yourself. Let us know what's up.
Absolutely. So first, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Later on in the podcast, I'm gonna tell you what made me start paying attention to you.
All right.
I think we got the same favorite rap group in common. But
Okay.
first, Mark, I'm Mark, just a regular guy from Hampton, Virginia, man. Um,
VA.
Single mom, yeah, raised by a single mom,
Mm.
raised by a single mom, and from Shell Road, Virginia, man. And I came up just like these young soldiers today. Like when I look at these soldiers, I see myself. When I hear you talk about yourself, it's like you describing these young soldiers today, man. And that's just really who I am. Husband, father, of two crazy young boys. And then, I just try to translate, my personal life into my leadership style and just share as much as I possibly can, experience wise and personal life with the next generation, man.
Man, I think that's dope, especially just the relatability factor, right? Like you said, we are so much alike. Like when you say single mother, I was raised by a single mother. Virginia, I'm from Mississippi, so it's all this real uh similar geographic locations, upbringing, and all that type of stuff, man. So as far as your childhood goes, what do you think was that turning point, or when did the military even become an option?
So so like I said, single mom, right? So I
Right.
spent a lot of time with my cousin, who really I refer to as my uncles. My mom got five cousins that she would call her brothers. So I
Yeah.
naturally, called them my uncles. And my uncle Brian, he was military. So
Okay.
every time he came around, it was like a big deal. And I would just admire how much the family loved that, Brian was coming home.
Yeah.
And me and his sons, we was like we was like this. So
Mm.
they would come, like when he went to live in like Korea or something like that, or station there, the family would come back to Virginia. So my mom would send me over there with them a lot because my mom, she had me when she was 16. So my mom was super young. So
Oh, I remember that.
she got me around like the older generation as much as possible. So I spent a lot of time with them, man, and I knew it. Like the second I started realizing what was going on, I was like, yeah, I'm joining the military. I just didn't know when. Like I knew I won't go into college, but I knew after high school I won't go in. I knew I was gonna try to work a little bit. So that's what I did.
But this was always the goal.
Yeah, I knew I was going into the military.
But did you think that you would ever have gotten to this point and being who you are in the military?
Man, no. Man, let me tell you something, man. I was man, I was a knucklehead, man. Like
Welcome to the
I
club.
man, I thought I was gonna wash out of basic training, to be
Mm.
honest. I didn't think I was gonna make it because back then it was different. Because I was a drill sergeant at AIT, and it ain't nothing like from when I went through basic to
When did you
like
go through
what we
basic?
doing. I went to basic in 2012, and it was
Oh yeah, I
different.
came in a little bit earlier than you. I came in
I'm
through
talking.
'08.
I'm talking about like the way I was getting talked to, people grabbing me, throwing me around, slamming me on the grenade range. I think they still do that, but it ain't the same versus now. It's we can't do all that stuff.
But
So I
it's
didn't
crazy
think,
how normalized that was, though.
yeah, man,
I didn't think anything was wrong with what was happening until I got later on in my career. And I'm like, damn, that was doing that to us. You know what I'm saying? And y'all talking about what y'all dealing with. I'm like, it's nothing.
man, listen, nothing. I'm talking about. fights in the bays, like all these
Yeah.
things that we was going through, and now the soldiers today are saying like, "Nah, we don't do that. Now we got our cell phone." Or me seeing them taking their cell phones to class and stuff, it's like, man, this is crazy. So I didn't even think I was gonna make it through basic because I was on that time like it wasn't about the drill sergeant. It's like, hey, one of these dudes tried me in this bay. Like I'm ready.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, cause I was in that mentality, man, just coming up in the neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, that I came up in. So to be where I am now, like sometimes I just
It's amazing.
yeah, man, sometimes I look at like just messages in my phone of people like they wanting my advice. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like to
What was the shift in your career that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna take this serious. I'm gonna see this through.
oh man, so I had this mentor, man, Sorry Dunkor, man. I'm a 92 Alpha, right? So he was
Mm.
a E5. When I got there, he was a sergeant E5, right? And I knew I had something when he came to me. He came so back then when new soldiers arrived, it was like the NFL draft. Like they going
Yeah.
they going crazy. Like I want this one, I want that one. So everybody hyped, but Sergeant Dunk would come over, he's serious. Like he ain't
Mm.
playing. And he come up to us like, you know, we airborne. He like, man, what's your third point of performance? I'm like, oh shoot, like this dude ain't playing.
He
But I
already
knocked,
in you with the knowledge.
yeah. But the crazy thing is like, I just spit it out when he got to me, and I'm like,
Mm.
hold on, like just last week I was scared to talk to people. Now I'm like spitting this joint out. He took me over to the section. He started talking to me. I'm just answering questions, and I'm like, man, what is going on? Like I was just stuttering talking to people in airborne school, nervous, and now it's coming. Like I feel like it's natural, like I'm supposed to be here. So I worked with him, and he was like a disciplinarian. He didn't play
Mm.
no games, man. I missed an appointment one time because we had to turn in weapons, 50 cows. I missed the vehicle to take the 50 cows. Man, he made me walk them jumps to the place.
Man,
He made me
that's
carry, bro. We can't do stuff like that now.
but think about this though. Like, what was it? The respect that you had for him that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna take this L and I'm gonna do what you. I'm gonna do this. Because
Man,
a
it was
lot of
the
people look at
it,
that situation and say, I ain't doing that. You tripping?
man, it was the respect everybody else had for him that
Yeah.
made me like, man, when he walked in the room, it's like he people stopped moving. Like, oh, here come Dunker.
Man.
Like, and I was like, man, I gotta have that. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I was 23. I joined late. I didn't already lived a hell of a life. Like out of high
Yeah.
school in between joining the army, I didn't already did what all these kids is doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I just locked in, man, and I'm man, I still can't believe it sometimes. I look at my TikTok sometimes and be like, how did I get 15,000 followers? Like, why are people following me? It be like throwing me off sometimes.
Bruh, and not to toot your horn for you nothing like that, man. But it's hard for you to see yourself the way that we see you, man. TikTok is so full of just minutia, just unnecessary. Like we have to weed through so much of the what word am I looking for? So much of the unearned, undeserved, kind of like lost
Hmm.
leadership to find that true leadership. And then once we find you, it's like this is it. This is what leadership is supposed to look like. This is what leadership is supposed to act like. You're not everybody's friend. You're not saying anything on TikTok that everybody is just gonna like. A lot of time, and I told you before in my video, like you say things that I don't want to hear, but it's because it's the immaturity in me that's making me say, now you're making me look at myself. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that the respect that comes with that type of stern leadership, how does that feel to carry? Do you feel like it's a burden? Do you feel like it's a blessing? Because regardless of how you feel, you don't want to let anybody down, and you don't want to be that leader that people can't come to. It's such a fine line to walk. How is that?
But you gotta like once I mastered like, okay, I gotta have and I really figured it out as a drill sergeant. Because before
Mm.
that, man, I was hell. I was hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's like you gotta have a balance. Like soldiers know they can talk to me. We could joke, we can laugh, we could play. but they know it's a line. They know it's like they can tap dance on that line. They can play next to it, but they know once they cross it, it's a switch.
Yep.
I tell them straight up like, hey man, it's a switch, and you decide. Like it's up to you when I turn it on, because it's always off until you tell me that it needs to get turned on.
Nah, I
But
agree
what
with that. I agree.
I'm gonna tell you how I stopped, man. When I stopped, man, I was in 10th Special Forces Group, man. The worst unit I've ever been a part of, man. Like I was not going from Sergeant Dunkor to USASOC. I was not ready for how they did things over there.
That's
It
a
like
culture shock.
coat. Only time in my career I ever quit. Like I'm like, nah, I'm out of here. But
Mm.
man, like the soldiers was like super disrespectful, super disrespectful. The NCOs was some of them. We had some good ones, but some of them was like super disrespectful. And then this one time, a soldier, an NCO that worked for me, he was covering down as the platoon sergeant, and I guess he forgot that he was just covering down as the platoon sergeant. And
Got the
he
big
flipped
head.
on he flipped on me as the staff sergeant, and then
Hmm.
I lost it on him. And out of all, and man, it bothered me. It bothered me for years that I did this to this soldier. Out of every soldier that I flipped out on, it was the one homosexual male. I lost
Mm.
it on him. And it looked like nobody said anything, but to me, I felt like out of all the people, why did I choose him? Right? I felt like I was battling something within myself. Like, because it's been people who did things plenty worse than what he did.
Not
And
for
man,
sure.
apologized to this dude for at least 2 years. Like, man, I'm sorry. Like, man, I did not mean to do that. Within myself. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Like, it's super unprofessional. And then I talked to my mentors, like, man, I'm just like, man, like, why did I do that to him? Because the opportunity was there for everybody.
But did he take it the way that you were taking it? Like, did he think that you did it wrong, or was it just a regular day at work for him?
For him, from me to him, it was a regular day. He was just like, oh, that's Sergeant Hamilton
It is what
just
it is.
being Sergeant Hamilton. To me, it was just like that. I shouldn't have did that. That, and I know it's something I was battling within myself, but that's when I made my shift. That's when I
Mm.
said, I'm never gonna talk to nobody like this again, no matter no matter what. I
Right.
can't even put that perception out there. Oh, that's why I did that, because I know, the young generation, they talk. So
Oh
I
yeah, for
had
sure.
NCO had came to me, and he had asked me like, man, why out of all the people you flip out on him? And I was like, man, I was just at a boiling point, because me and my warrant officer was at, they behind closed doors, they didn't notice that me and the warrant,
At
we
odds and
just
all.
going at, yeah. So it was just like, I guess perfect timing. And man, it haunted me for like 2 years, man. two
Man,
years.
I think that's the beautiful thing about being self-aware about like what you feel like is a flaw and why you do certain things. But it's like you said, it hunted you for 2 years. Like, you being hard on yourself for something that only you saw as a
hmm
mistake. Like,
hmm
moving forward from that situation, right? Was it like, what do you do when those situations come up again? Is it like a step back and a breather, or did you just adjust your leadership?
So now, man, I don't talk to nobody. I don't address no situation if I'm angry. I always
Okay.
I always tell them like, hey, let me, even if I get disrespected, hey, give me a minute. Depending on the level, go get your platoon sergeant. Let's talk about
Mm.
this. And I take time. And with me, there's no more one-way conversations. It's no more. I used to do that, but now it's like it's open dialogue. Like, hey, tell me what I did to make you feel, based off, what you did, and then
Right.
I tell you why I reacted the way I reacted. And it's since I did that, I started that uh in fourth ID after I left 10th group. Man, I ain't had a stressful day. I ain't had a stressful day since 2019. I'm telling
Well, that's a blessing right there. I already know how that
you.
goes. So do
Yeah.
you do you feel like every unit that you was a part of, you took some type of knowledge, some type of leadership nugget or whatever, and that's molded you to who you are right now?
Absolutely. Especially when I left 10th group, man, it was people don't know what they don't know.
Nah, that's
So
real.
so so them soldiers who I seen as disrespectful was just a normal day for them.
Hmm.
This was the culture they was a part of, but I had to learn that because I came from a culture with strictly standards, discipline. To
Yeah.
go there and to be honest, I was the oddball out. I was the one coming in messing up what they had going on. So
It's
I
like an
had to,
active duty soldier coming to the reserve. It's a complete culture shock. Like, what is this? When you trying to do the right thing, they looking at you like, oh, you doing too much. That ain't what we
yeah,
do here.
yeah,
That's
yeah. I had to learn that. And then even though I absolutely hated being in 10th group, I learned a lot. I learned the intellectual side of like, oh, this big
mm,
boy rules over here. You gotta use this up here. You gotta think. You gotta be able
right.
to talk. You gotta be able to articulate yourself in these rooms. So when I
Well,
went over the fourth ID, it was different.
so I think a lot of people, especially leaders, we always reach that point in our career where we say, okay, leadership is pretty much 80% communication,
Hmm
20% execution. I was raised in the era of you do what you told. I don't have to
hmm
tell you things in a nice way. If I tell you to do it, then do it. But then as that type of leadership started transition to younger leadership, people who don't have the GWAT experience or whatever that case may be, I had to look at the situation as in like, well, what's the why in this? Or
hmm
why am I telling you this? So what I'm hearing from you, it seems like your leadership style, as stern as it may be, is really just rooted in mentorship.
Just root. Yeah,
Like
absolutely, man.
you don't have to like you are a leader in every sense of the word, right? But you are more of a teacher. You are more of a mentor. Has that ever got you in any type of situations with higher leadership? Because I know a lot of soldiers had this situation where they do things for certain soldiers, and then higher leadership says that's not what we do. We don't do that. You giving a soldier, you letting a soldier go home early? No, they work the whole shift. You know, things like that. So, have your leadership style ever conflicted with outside leadership, higher leadership, things like that?
Absolutely, man. Because a lot of leaders. So it's a gap, man. I feel like we are more similar to this generation now than the generation before us is to us.
One
It's a
hundred percent.
big. It's a big gap. So a lot of things they think that we doing to take care of soldiers, they might see as we undermining their leadership.
Yeah, we
Because
coddling, we doing this. Yeah,
so right now, like I'll be honest with you, I get how everything works in an organization. I know who the commander is to an organization, but I also understand like who I am to the organization. And I
right,
like
right.
I release soldiers. When I go, I'm not going to my commander to say, "Can I send this soldier home?" Hey, ma'am, I sent this soldier to the house. They had to clean his uniform. She gonna say, "Okay." Now that battalion commander might be like. I got, we could have had this soldier doing this, or we could have had this
Right.
soldier doing that. And I'm like, I be thinking like, man, that's not Alpha Company's problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to take care of my people. So I didn't got talked to, I didn't got talked to a couple times since penning Sergeant First Class. I think I didn't got talked to a couple times about, just making decisions. But I will never make no decision that I don't feel that's best for the soldier and both the organization. So I take those. I take it. It is
Yeah,
what it
and,
is.
and that's a good thing. Like that's something that you executed on that you are willing to take the hit for. That
Hmm
is the true buffer of leadership, right? Like whatever
hmm
hits y'all gotta take, I'm gonna take for y'all. And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think that's something that a lot of people, and maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it's something that I'm seeing throughout my career that we don't have those true buffers anymore. Like soldiers shouldn't always have access to the lieutenant colonel, the colonel, and all that type of stuff. That's the communication piece for you. That's who you have to see. Now,
Is they
when
scared? They scared. That's why people
well,
people
and I know,
scared
and
to
I
take them hits.
man, but I'm gonna say though, like, and I say this all the time, right? I don't care what higher leadership think about me. I don't care what right looks like to them. As long as the soldiers can say, Sergeant First Class Page did everything that he can for us, that's good. I can leave any installation with that mindset. But a lot of
Hmm.
people have this, I don't want to say this kiss assy attitude, because what I might see as a soldier, what I might see as a leader kissing ass might really just be a leader doing what's right. It's hard for me to walk that line sometimes, because just not too long ago I heard the phrase leadership isn't likership. And when I
Hmm.
heard that, I was like, that's my Achilles heel right there. Did you ever have that stage in your career where you felt like it was a necessary need to be liked?
See, the thing about me, man, is I, I I'm a lead my way, but deep down inside, I want them to like me.
Yeah.
Because when when they like you, respect. Okay, so respect and like is two different things.
Oh,
I don't want
100%.
respect in the rank is not enough for me. It's not
Yeah.
enough for me. I need to know when I ask you to go do something, you going to do it because that first I
It's me.
rock with first sign. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you gonna give 150% versus if you just respect the rank, you just gonna go do whatever you need to do so you can go home.
Yeah, you
And
gonna get out. You gonna do what you gotta
that
do to
ain't
get
what.
out of my face.
Yeah, see,
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I want them. I want them to like me.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's real. That's real to even say that as a first song, because we come from this gung ho era of I don't care what the soldiers think. This is what it is, and blase blase. But we are in the meal talk era of what the military is, and we are meal talk content creators. Do you feel like the perspective that that meal talk is giving the army is one rooted in reality, or do you think that, and also do you think that meal talk is hindering the military and its visibility?
so I do think it's rooted in reality, man. I think so. Not the jokes and stuff. When soldiers actually get up here and they start talking about what they going through and their experiences, this is real. I don't think
Yeah,
these soldiers are coming up here and making up stuff. If they are, they need to go become directors and write some
yeah, write a
movies.
book or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Hmm.
it's I think it's a great thing, but it's also people don't want they skeletons getting exposed from their closets or their units because the
Yeah.
soldier that's coming up here and telling what's going on, they not hiding that unit patch.
Oh, they
You know
saying
exactly
names and all that.
you know exactly where they at. Now on the
Hmm.
flip side, it's hard for me to be mad at soldiers that's coming up here and doing the crazy stuff. Because truth be told, man, they not doing nothing that we didn't do. The only thing is social media.
That's
We
all it is.
we probably was worse because you ain't know what we was doing.
Yeah,
Versus they
exactly.
putting up man, to be honest, if soldiers stop using audios with the N-word, that probably eliminates 50% of the issues that I have with social media.
Yeah,
I
that
just
and
be like,
I make
my
so
issue
many
is
videos telling soldiers not to say the N word. Don't play music with the N word.
right. My issue is staff sergeants and above, no NCOs and above coming up here doing things that they know they're not supposed to be doing because we supposed to be we the OGs. We supposed to be like, man, you ain't got to move like that. You can be you, but when you got people up here, posting, wearing crazy stuff in uniform,
Come on
saying
now.
crazy stuff in uniform, it's kind of like, what? Damn, I can't. How I'm gonna be mad at this soldier when they just coming up here telling they truth of what they going through. You up here, you know what I
I
mean? You
think
up here
I
doing
think
the crazy stuff.
I think social media has made the military seem more commercial to the point where it's
Hmm.
almost entertainment now. People want to come to Meal Talk to see a show. And I hate to bring up the situation of the first sergeant in the grill, right? So I made a video about this saying
I'm
I
glad you
see
brought it
both
up.
yeah, I see both sides of the coin, right? Yes, he was absolutely wrong. But it's a soldier that looking at him as, oh man, now the ceiling that I had over me is removed. I know I can reach that level now. But then again, everybody in my comments was saying, and I 100% agree with, it's a time and a place for that. Sometimes when you are speaking to just us, it comes off the wrong way. And I think, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to accept that, like, regardless of what I feel, he was wrong in every sense of
Mm.
the word. So what did you think about that situation and just seeing leaders doing certain things like that?
Man, when I seen that, man, at first I'm thinking, oh, this isn't real. This is somebody,
This
playing
AI.
around. Yeah, right. But then I went to the page, right? Because of course, Barry Bull, he posted it, so
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, all right, hey, boy, he set you up so clean, boy. We come back there. But hey, so I'm like, oh no, if he posting it, this is real, right? Because
hmm
he's very good at what he does, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is an issue because it's NCOs in the chat like now. This is what the type of NCO I want. And I'm like, nah, what I want is to see is the NCO that's in the comments saying, nah, you can't do that, big homie. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta do that in your personal time. Cause like when I see it, like I think it's kind of lit to be the older guy that people want to talk to, right? Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that we can go out with our old lady, get dressed up with our family, take them on a trip, and we can tell the young guys like, man, this is what you should be trying to do.
This is the
Like
goal, right? Yeah.
this is the goal, not posting. You might not even make it to your 4 years because you might get somebody that ain't playing that. And
Yeah.
they trying
Yeah.
to
For
take
sure.
everything. Matter of fact, it's a young lady up here, man. I wish I had the opportunity to get her. Her name is Yasmin. It's a specialist Ivory.
Hmm.
This soldier is going through it, like mental health wise, everything. But she comes online and she talks about, doing the OnlyFans. She talks about not going to formation. She does these things, and I'm just like, where's her? Where's her big homie to tell her like,
Yeah. Who is
nah, we know
stopping
you
you? Where's
getting.
the buffer?
Yeah, we like we who like man, we know you out here getting money. You don't need the military, but still like don't put a target on your back. Like leave, you know what I'm saying? Just leave out. But when you got a soldier, because she's been open and talking about how she's getting 70,000 in 3 months, 4 months. It's hard because with us, they used to say, what you gonna do when you get out? That was enough to get us right there.
Oh yeah.
But when
What?
you got
We in there.
when you got soldiers who getting money, like when you got a temp 2 official who getting money, who has multiple businesses, he's just so mature that he comes up here and still tries to educate. But not every
Yeah.
soldier is like that. Some
Some
of these soldiers got 500, 600,000 followers.
the military is secondary to what they got going
To,
on, right?
to
But
them,
people got to understand, like, the military isn't just a career. This is your life.
it's your
One
life.
mistake here can ruin everything else that you got going on out there. But this young generation, they put money over dignity, put money over pride. I make this amount of money, everything else don't matter. But you're not gonna
That's what I be
always
trying to
be
tell them,
that
man.
only fan person.
Yeah, I be trying to tell soldiers, like, I know it take a lot to get it, right? But I be telling them, like, listen, man, not every soldier gets, to ETS honorably. Not everyone gets
Yeah. Oh,
general under honorable conditions. Some of these leaders gonna go in on you until you get that bad conduct discharge. You might as well be a convicted felon.
man,
And
bro,
then,
it's crazy, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm pretty sure
no,
you
you
can
good, you good.
attest to this as well. We all know that one person in the hood that's always like, "Oh man, yeah, he was in the army for a few years, boy, they kicked him out." Same dude living with
Hmm.
his mama till he's 30, 40 years old, can't do nothing. That was my biggest fear right there, to become that guy, because it's
Yep.
so easy for that to happen. Soldiers, soldiers don't have the parents that we had growing up. When I joined the military, it wasn't no messing up and coming back home. You know what I'm saying? Some of these some of these soldiers are so entitled and so coddled that they can make the mistakes. Mama gonna bring them right back in the house. You know it ain't you, son. It's them. Blase, blase. I
Yeah.
how do you get soldiers out of that entitled mindset? As, like, you gotta understand, like, you the parent now. You get what I'm saying? But soldiers still know that I ain't gotta listen to you. How do you adjust to that?
Man, like I look at the entitled soldiers, right, that come in because
Mm-hmm.
some soldiers do come in that they had everything given
For
to
sure.
them. They probably just here just because they just wanted something to do, or maybe they, just
It's
wanted to
commercial now.
feel
It's
indie.
I'm in the
Yeah.
army. Yeah, it's content. I don't
So
mean to
you got
break
to
you off.
find a
Let
way.
me find my charger real
It's
quick.
all
Hold
good.
that thought.
Oh no,
All right,
yeah, yeah.
good, good, good. Now go ahead. Continue that thought.
Man, I feel like leaders, there's in every shop, every platoon, every company, there's a leader that can relate to every soldier in some way or fashion, right? I feel like from where we sit, a platoon sergeant, a first sergeant, a section NCO, it's up to you to match that soldier up with who you like. Once you get to know them, like, okay, we need to make this switch. We need to move you over here. Like
Right.
my favorite soldier to get is the young male who think they lit, right? Who
Oh
think
yeah,
they
yeah,
got
yeah,
the who
yeah.
think they got the motion. And I tell him, man, I tell every soldier I get like that, since I was a drill sergeant, the same story. Like, listen, man, I used to try to be you. Like I took a break from 18 to 23. I didn't join them until I was 23, man. I worked two jobs. I live with my mama, so no bills. I'm getting money.
Oh, you up,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm killing them. My granddaddy, I don't know what he was thinking. I think it was either '08 or '09, whatever year it was. He goes and gets me the next year's charger. He signs off as a co-signer. So
The
at 19
OG
years,
body style. Come
yeah,
on now.
at 19 years old, I'm paying a $500 car note because I'm talking about brand new off the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so on top of that, my best friend, his cousin is Lil Wayne's manager. Was the manager. So me and him, we have no type of structure, nothing. We following
Y'all
these
go where the
guys
wind blow.
around. Man, we done went and got YMCMB shirts made. We following this tour bus. We chasing girls. We doing all that stuff. And just like that, it was gone. It was over. My granddaddy, I lost the job, right? I lost the main job where the money was coming from. I lost that
Mm,
job because I was doing mental health counseling, right?
right.
I was working with alternative students, not necessarily special needs. It was more like
Caught, yeah, yeah.
juvenile
I was an
detention and
alternative
stuff like
school.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working with
Mm,
them, man. Best job I ever had. Well,
mm.
I lost that. I lost that money.
And you was
So my
21 doing that?
I'm 19, 20 years old. Because my
Doing that
granddaddy,
job.
yeah, it was a one-on-one counselor. My granddaddy got me in because he had been in he owned like boys and girls clubs. He did all that
Right,
stuff
yeah.
so he was like, man, I'm gonna hire you. You ain't got the credentials, but I'm gonna bring you in so you can, I want you to continue doing this.
This explains so much.
Yeah, man, listen, the best job I ever had, hands down, outside the military. Well,
Right.
I lose this job with this money. So I don't know nothing about credit, but I know I know repossession is.
Mm.
At 19 years old, all I
That's
know
that
is a
nail in the coffin.
repossession. Yeah. So I naturally begin to fall behind on this car because I'm chasing, like I said, I done spent 2 years chasing, behind people that don't even
Chasing the
know
tour
us.
bus. Yeah.
Yeah. We outside in the parking lot and stuff. So my granddaddy naturally he loses everything, so he files bankruptcy.
Mm.
By this time I'm 23. So naturally, since he was the co-signer of my vehicle, it got wrapped up in his repossession. I mean, in his
Right.
bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
So it got cleared off my credit. I talked to my mama. My mama said, hey, you need to get on the right track because you had no
Mm.
structure. I tell every young man this story. Like, man, I lived that life. I had a blast. I have stories. And in the blink of an eye, it was gone.
One
What
mistake.
you got, what you got right here in the military, you got the chance to do 4 years and be set up for life if
Yes.
you do it the right way. And most of them, 90% of them, it clicks. You always got that one that think he can date three and four girls in the same company, or he can go do this and he can go get,
They
man, I
don't
had a
realize how
soldier.
small the world is, man. They don't realize how small the world is.
Man,
And,
they
and,
oh he man, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, man.
this is why I try to harp on sponsorship so much. I don't really make videos about it, but it's one of those things I try. Every unit I go to, I'm always like, your sponsorship program got to be on point because a
Hmm.
person have to come to a unit and be received by a person that's gonna understand them. So, and I think that's amazing that you said these are the type of soul that you like to receive. And I mean, we just not gonna breeze past the fact that you were 19 years old doing mental health counseling, working with alternatives,
Yeah, yeah, man.
kids and things like that. So it's like, do you feel like if you had to base your leadership, the foundation of leadership on anything, would it be that?
It would be that. I feel like I feel like I already had that in me, and then Sergeant Dunkor took what I already
Mm,
had and molded it. And then my guy, my I call him my brother, Sergeant Major Thompson. He finished the product off.
okay.
Yeah, but man, my granddaddy started me early, man. Like I'm talking about 12 years old. Hey, you ain't. I think what was I? The cool grades came out. The first cool grades, the nines. I think I lied to my granddad. Told him like they was $70. That's what he buying for me. We we got to the store. Them things was like a ball 50.
He ain't want to be like I ain't got it.
Yes, he
Set
ain't
him
want to
up.
do that. So he paid for it, and ever since then, every Saturday he's like, "Now you gonna get out here and you gonna go cut people grass." He drove me around and cut people grass. So it started in me pretty young, like earning money, trying to become structured a little bit, and then just kept building on it.
So you had that foundation in your mother and your grandfather and things like that. But
Hmm.
in some of these units, you come across soldiers who have nobody.
Hmm.
No, they join the military to run away from their problems. How do you approach those type of situations? Because
See,
what I wrote in your notes already is like your leadership, even though it's stern and balanced, it is very individualized. You have said things in your videos that only pinpoint to a certain people. You know what I'm saying? It's
hmm
like, damn. So as big as your leadership is, you still know that these are small things that people deal with as well. When you approach those type of soldiers who have that background, knowing your background, how do you deal with that?
see, but I also had the other side too, because single mama worked
Yeah.
two jobs. Mama worked
Mm-hmm.
two jobs. Granddaddy old, so he can't really, he can't be coming around. So, my mama, her sisters, three sisters, my youngest aunt is 2 years older than me, and then 2 years, and
Mm.
then 2 years. So I was closer to them. They had the boyfriends that was the drug dealers, the criminals.
Okay.
My mama had I mean, my stepdad, you know, I mean, my stepdad he got a name.
You
So I seen that side. My stepdad, I was in the car. He would have me in the car with him.
you you
You know
you
what I mean?
saying everything and nothing at all. I know
You
exactly what
see
you're
what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
Like
Yeah.
I was there, but I also had, when I would be out in places I won't supposed to, everybody already knew like that's a little Mark. Like, man, get out of here. Like, man,
Yeah,
go play
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
basketball. So when I used to see, they would do that for me because they knew who my step pops was. They knew who my
Mm.
aunts was. But my friends, they free game. So when I'm going to play basketball, my friend, who probably was my best friend at the time, now he's staying over there with them because he got stuff he got to handle. So
Yeah.
I seen it. So when I get soldiers and they start talking to me and they can't say things the way they want to say, but I know what they saying.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
that
okay,
click. Yeah.
it's like, okay, I gotta take my time. I gotta take
Mm.
my time with this soldier because in the blink of an eye, this soldier it could be ready to throw it all away and
Yeah.
just go
Or
back
or
to what
or
what
a
they come
problem
from.
from the past catches up with them. Or
Hmm.
it's just because it's so easy to go back to your instinctive nature. Even if
Yep.
you at a club, even if you at somewhere, that one moment it can be like, I'm back to the old me.
Hmm.
Like you said, you can throw it away. But
Yep.
it's so rare for soldiers who come from that type of background to have somebody like you. Because a lot of times we won't even believe it. Like, oh
Hmm.
man, you a first song, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know the streets, you don't know none of that type of shit. But it's like, I'm talking to you. And everything you saying, I'm understanding. Everything I'm saying, you understanding. If this is what it's going to be, let this be it, right? But
Hmm.
understand that you're not the only person who crossed these bridges, who went across these barriers. It's so many times, bro, when I come across soldiers like that in my career, but it's so hard for me to stay balanced as well because it's easy to go back to what I'm used to talking to this person who just came from where I came from.
And it's
That's one
crazy,
of the
man.
hardest parts, man.
You got people, you got people in this military that can't relate to none of it.
Oh,
None of it. They had no, man. You said something, man. You said something in the video, man. You was talking about being raised by a single mom, right? But then you said something that like it touched me because you said you didn't know that it wasn't normal because
yeah,
everybody around you had a single
had
mom.
single mothers.
I didn't, man. I didn't realize how unnormal it was until I was about 13 years old. Until one day, my mom pulled me to the side and was like, I got a little brother and little sister. My mom goes, listen, man, it's this Christmas. You know what I mean? I need you to take less so I can give your brother and sister
More.
more. And then I'm thinking like, hold up. So my mama saying this to me so she can, for what she gonna spend. But they got a pops out there that's finna spend on them, and I don't. That's when it
Mm,
hit me. That's when it hit me. It was like, okay, this is my mama having one of them grown, like, hey,
yeah.
I need you to step up conversations right there. That was the first time at 13 years old, man. I felt every football practice, no, 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 no fathers, all moms.
Mm,
Graduations, high schools, all moms. At work, at night, the whole neighborhood probably was. It was probably one person watching the whole neighborhood, going around checking on people to make
yep.
sure that they all right. So I can relate to soldiers in so many ways that, and I'm not ashamed of it. Like I don't hide it. I lead with that. Man, I was talking to soldiers the other day, man, because I got a young man. I knew the second I seen him, I said, oh yeah, he was in the streets. Like I
Mm,
knew it. So I'm talking to the group, and I'm just talking about, man, listen, like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, a homework assignment. I want y'all to look into VA home loans and what y'all can do with them. And somebody asked me something about me, and I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I almost made a mistake, right? So when we was younger, they had these things called fiend whips. We had no licenses, but we knew to drive a car, you just find the local fiend, you give
yeah.
him a
Here
couple
you
of
go.
dollars,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
give him a couple of
You got
dollars
the
to get
key.
drive his car. And that soldier said, you ain't give him a pack? And I said, I knew it. When he said that, I said, I knew it. I said, hey man, now being at the position I'm in, I can't mentor you directly, but I'm finna send stuff to you through your platoon sergeant because we got to make sure that you don't go back to this because you got a baby on
Yeah.
the way. You got a
Hmm.
baby on the way, and you got a lady who is also my soldier that I'm waiting on you to make an honest woman out of.
Mm.
So we
They ain't. They don't want
we
to hear
go.
that.
He was like, oh nah, that's her
Yeah.
first. And I'm like, man, we gonna make sure like, what you escape, you ain't gotta go back to. And then you can build because he don't want to do. He want to do four and be done. So I said, we gonna
Mm.
make sure we set you up. But like a
Maximize the
normal,
foe.
just an everyday person can't go in there and pick up on what he's saying. They
Yeah.
wouldn't have known, they wouldn't know what he talking about.
Hmm.
And cuss him out and he ready to go back and do exactly what he already know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And I think, bro, like when we the whole meal talk situation, right? You have evaded the race conversation, the beer conversation in a very tact and professional manner, right? Because honestly, that's not your place to speak on. Like you can't fight
Hmm.
everybody's battle for them and stuff right there. So like I think when it comes to like race, we have to start changing the language and understand like this isn't a race thing. This is a culture thing. Because
Hmm.
there are those white soldiers who grew up without fathers in their household. Like, how can
Hmm.
we relate culture wise? You know what I'm saying? And that's what somebody had to tell me. Somebody had to. I get so many big creators in my DM so often, like telling me like where I could be going wrong down this path, saying this certain thing. Right? Somebody told
Hmm.
me like you have to change the language that you're using because you being so pro black is starting to come off as anti white. And then that's why I had to realize, like, man, even when it comes to these beards, there are white soldiers who deal with shaving profiles as well, who have cystic acne. There is a conversation to be had as a whole as to how this affects all of us. Have you
Man, I
ever
got one,
experienced?
man.
You got one?
I got one. I have a white soldier, man, with a beard, with a shaving profile, man. And the crazy thing is that, man, it's so clean. Man, he keep that thing, man, he keep that thing so clean, man. He
Yeah.
keep it clean, he keep his fade tight, no issues. I told him, I said, hey man, I'm gonna check your paperwork, make sure everything legit. He said, hey, do your thing first. I checked, he squared away, no issues. None of my soldiers. I told him like, hey, we gonna handle this beard policy changes the way it's supposed to be handled. Nobody's
Agreed.
shaving right now. Nobody's shaving right now because one, I don't I'm not reading that whole policy in one day. So
Yeah.
let me take the time to figure some things out. And then I feel like I owe it to our sergeant major to allow him to talk to his boss to put out guidance to the entire battalion before
Right.
I just rush you to go shave your beard off. So the reason why I never like addressed it like how everybody else was is because I have a white soldier in my formation. Like,
Yeah.
not everybody has a white soldier in their formation with a beard. I actually have one.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I gotta address this the right way so I don't say something that it come across his FYP and then he like, well, damn,
Oh, this
sorry,
dude.
that ain't what he was just saying to me like 2, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or and then I don't want my other soldiers like, yeah, first sergeant, he gonna ride for us. Like, so I was trying to
Oh
eliminate that.
man. That's that because being a black soldier, being a black scene leader, people expect you to agree and deal with everything that they want you to agree with. Like even when it came
Hmm.
to the beers, I was telling people like, man, from the beginning, I know how I felt about it for my
Hmm.
own personal reasons. But this is coming from a sergeant first class. That E3 can't deal with it the way that I deal with it. I'm
To be
telling
honest,
y'all,
ain't
no matter.
nobody probably ain't even the average person probably not even listening to that E3. They depend. It's like they need it to come from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
me, a you, a Parker, a Douglas, a Hayes. They
But
need
we we
they
have
need
we
them
have
to
to
come from
say
there.
it. We have to say it in a realistic way though. Like, cause when I
Hmm.
first started talking about it, I was talking about it in a passionate manner in a way that it affected me. But I got to understand like how my words might affect that soldier and lead them down a path that they might not be able to come back from. So,
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like Parker, Parker, Parker was on to something, man. He wa-
oh
he
yeah,
he was on his way, and then Miltalk made him the face of all that other crazy stuff soldiers doing. Because that man has for once said, if you legit have a profile, just treat us with respect how we're supposed to be treated. That's it.
yeah.
It's all these other soldiers who know they ain't supposed to be doing going up there and tagging him. He became the face of he. There was a time when he was the face of Mill Top. Like
Oh, for sure. And
everything Mill Top was him.
yeah,
But then
that's
it's
honestly
like
was
you
my first
associate with him.
introduction to
Yeah,
Neil Top.
yeah, yeah.
So
Mine
I
too.
feel like even with what and it's so easy to go. It's so easy to allow the comments and the shares and the tags to lead you way off your purpose because what he is saying now compared to what he was saying in the beginning seems to be two totally different things.
Hmm.
And I'm like,
He
how
trying
can
to he bringing it back now. He
yeah,
bringing
yeah,
it back
yeah.
now though.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm starting to realize. And I'm
yeah.
like, how can us as everybody get on man, bro, when you got on that live and you said nothing will change until we get somebody in those rooms that look like us and can speak to this. Nothing will change. When you said that, man, I looked up to the sky and I'm like, that is it.
Officers have to buy in. So
Yes.
we enforce policies. So
Mhm.
Parker is he's bringing light to the conversation. But somebody right now, there's an officer up there somewhere that's secretly suffering from PFB that's just taking it.
Yeah.
Somebody got to fight. Somebody got to thug it out. Get in that room. I honestly think Sergeant Douglas can be the guy if he
Oh,
keeps
one.
if he keeps it
I
on.
agree. I agree.
I agree. I think it could be him
Hmm.
if he get in that room and he could say no, no, we soldiers are down there. So it's just like Sergeant First Class Green. She is the key reason to why height and weight was changed, but she's not the reason why it was changed because there's a female that was in that room that's probably suffered from height and weight. Because all females was affected. So there's a female, and at that time, General Nigel West was the
Mm.
head of Medcom. So it was women in there that Sergeant Green was able to impact. Right now, we talking to deaf ears because
One
we
hundred
not getting
percent.
up there. You
But
won't
I told
find.
my father. I tell these soldiers like, bro, that's the fight right there. You saying I ain't gonna shave to the point where they kick you out does nothing for nobody.
Nobody.
You gotta sacrifice now. Become that one that can get into that room because y'all are the ones that can say, I remember the time they tried to kick us out for this, and this is what we suffered from. You gotta get into the room. Like,
Hmm.
don't be a crash dummy for a fight that you know you can't win right now. But you are E3. Become that E6. Become that E7. Change over. Go green to gold. Get into that office. The more we speak about it, the more that things will become what they need to be. And another thing that I truly salute you for, man, and when you say things and you bring up historical facts, you bring up names. You said that woman's name. You made a video the other day and you said names. I was like, people truly forget the research aspect and the knowledge piece of meal talk, of leadership. Like I can't tell you something without giving you the knowledge behind it.
It's
And
because we,
that makes me look
yeah,
back at things like I gotta start knowing things. I just can't talk. I gotta know these things. You say
we,
things, bro, in such a way that is so understandable from a high position that can be related at a I'm gonna tell you the one video that you did that made me change my whole perspective on not only who I was, but what my leadership style was. I made a video a while ago and I was talking about how soldiers are on a weekend, y'all want to get fresh, go out and all that type of stuff. And you made a response video and you said, well, soldiers should be able to give that same love and respect to their uniform. Your uniform should be just as clean as your outfit that you. And I looked down at my boots and I was like, my boots look a mess. My shit wrinkled. And I'm
I
like,
remember I stitched that video,
yeah,
and I told you, I said, Camo man, why can't they do it like why like females, right? Females, man, you can go to a club, female be laid, edges
top to bottom.
laid,
Yeah,
top, the most expensive, lace front, everything. But then on Monday, it's like, no,
they don't care.
you gotta look of all days, Monday through Friday. Monday should look like the first day of school. You
Yeah,
should
for
already
sure.
have that stuff laid out.
First day
But
fresh.
that's what we was taught, you know what I'm saying, when we was coming up, like, hey,
Yeah.
Monday morning, yo, you literally get the crap smoked out of you.
You look you start to fall off towards the end of the week, and then you pick back up on that Friday, that Monday.
Yeah.
But then that video made me realize, like, where is the pride in my career? Where is the pride in? Because a lot of us say, "Oh man, it's just a job. It is what it is." But a person like you, this is a career. I
It's,
represent what I do. So from that moment on, I got my uniform stitched. I'm buying new boots, like, and that's why I try to push soldiers and say, man, it's the small details that make up the bigger picture. You got to
mm-hmm,
be willing to change the small things. Something as small as getting boot laces makes all the difference. But a
mm-hmm.
lot of times, like, how do you feel like we can get back to the pride aspect of serving in this uniform?
It gotta start with us, man. It gotta start with the senior leaders making we gotta make the E5s, the young staffs on that first year, all the ones who came in through COVID. We got to
Mm,
make them believe because at no fault of their own, they was raised through this, through
no, that's
text
real.
messages. They didn't have to get up and put their uniform on. They didn't have to get haircuts. You probably ain't see your leader for 2, 3 weeks at a time. So
Yeah.
now that we back in NCOs, the senior, the older guys, the me, the yous, the Hayeses,
Hmm.
the Douglases, now we getting back to putting boot, putting boot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like they like, oh, what's going on? Like this ain't what I'm used to.
You switching up on me. You're changing on me. Nah, this is what it's
This
always
is
been.
this is normal.
Yeah.
But I think once we get through that, man, and it's gonna be a process. It's not gonna happen no time soon. And the sec def might have to force a few things, like which he's, what I'm saying, what they doing now. It's more to come. But I
Oh, for
think
sure.
that's what it's gonna take to get back to being it's buy-in. You gotta get buy-in.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So where you are today, knowing where you came from, what's in the future? First,
Oh man,
what is your name come from? What is that's my senior? What's
yeah.
the yeah?
It's so it's when I was a drill sergeant, I was a senior drill sergeant, man, and these two soldiers was like trying to talk to me at the same time. So they get to arguing, and then one soldier yell out, "Well, that's my senior." And then another soldier walked past and said, "Oh, that's kind of hard. That's my senior." And he just started yelling it. So now every time soldiers see me, they would say, "That's my senior." And then when I PCS here, because I was with the 92 Golfs, I walked in the DFAC and I just hear a soldier yell out, "That's my senior." And we in force com. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, this it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
stick with this joint, man. Even the
a
drill sergeants
whole
had started
brand,
calling me.
a
Yeah.
whole brand. Oh, and
Yeah, man.
I don't want to lose the topic of your corn, man. Thank you,
Yeah.
not
I
only for
got
sending me
yours
the
right here.
corn.
I
I
got yours right
appreciate
here.
that.
I'm waiting on one more address.
I want to thank you, man, for like making the corn that is true to who you are and represents not only you but a lot of other people. You could have played it safe and got the commercial corn that people will
Hmm.
want, but it's like this is me being able to relate to y'all, like the grill, the cars. I'm like, man, that is a hard corn. I feel like I love what Sergeant Mason Spencer does when she
Yeah.
deals with her coins and what you're doing. I think y'all bringing back a true appreciation for the accolades and the awards and things like that, man. Because you know, so many. One thing that I hate that soldiers do to act like they don't care about things that they really care about. Oh, you ain't got to put
Hmm.
me in for an award. I don't really care about that. A month go by. You know, any
Yes
word
they
on
do.
my award? It's like, nah, yeah, fight and appreciate these things, man, because this is the timeline of your career. Like, have you always had an affliction for like just the awards and the accolades and things that those represent?
So so early in my career, I was about the AEMs, the Archon. I'm trying to earn
Yeah,
that stuff, right? But as you get older, you realize that stuff kind of political. Like not
yeah,
many, no unit's letting you PCS without an award unless you were just absolute trash.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, but these coins in these shadow boxes.
yeah,
This is people designing this plaque based off what they feel about you. They
yes,
take the time to put little things in that plaque that reminds them of you. So any person who says, and not to mention, these coins are paid for out of our pockets.
yes.
There's no funding for any battalion level or company level coin. The commander in the first sergeant, the battalion commander in the BC, I mean in the sergeant major are paying for those most likely out of their pocket for sure, company level,
Mm,
right? So that stuff, people who saying I don't really care about this stuff or this stuff don't mean nothing, they probably exited the military the wrong way,
mm-hmm.
or or they was that hard charger that they was in a trash unit that didn't show them appreciation. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm not just giving my coin. Like the people I name, that's it. After
Yeah,
that, this is this coin actually means something to me. So if I give it to you,
yeah,
that mean I think what you doing is amazing, man. That's why I said, oh yeah, I got to get one of him. And I'm gonna tell you, man, go back to what we was talking about the rap group, man, the chains in the grills. If I could have put a wallet chain up here, I would have. Because you talked about the
say that again.
diplomats.
Say that again.
I
Oh,
said,
come on now.
Michael, you talked about the diplomats, man. And let me tell you,
Yeah,
it was a time when I thought I was Jim Jones.
bro,
You
what,
get what I'm
man?
so when you said that, I said, "Oh yeah, I got to lock in with him."
Because
Because
I'm gonna
these,
tell you, like that was my first non-military video. Because when I was going through that, I was like, man, I gotta speak about this, man. These my guys and
hmm
all that type of stuff. Oh, for sure, a true diplomat fan,
man,
100%.
I'm talking about when I turned 21, man. I went and bought the scissor, like I was doing all that stuff, man. Like you don't understand. Like I thought I was Jim Jones, man. So my coin, I designed based off, what I went through.
Yeah,
My grandma really took my grills from me. You know how many hours I had to work at McDonald's to be able to buy those?
come on,
And
man.
she took them from me. I really used to spades was real. I used to really be with my homeboys playing spades or rolling dice 4, 5, 6. Like you know what I mean? See, like, we used to
Yeah,
do these things. So I can't come to this army and then think I'm gonna forget like who I am. It can't happen. So when these soldiers say things like, "Oh man, y'all get promoted and forget who you was," like trust me, I know exactly who I am. I just know when this uniform on. I'm a first time, and that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
trying to
time and a
get.
place. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get them to learn. So with these coins in these shadow boxes, man, when people give them to you, cherish it, because that means you earned it. Now, AAM or Arcom, it might be a little bit political. You might need them promotion points and somebody trying to help you
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
But this, nah.
Yeah. Now I got that. I
Yeah, you get
respect
what I'm
that.
saying? And it's
I
senior
respect that.
leaders.
I'm
It's
gonna
senior
make me.
leaders that's doing it too. That's what's pissing me off, man. It's senior leaders that's saying, "Oh, that stuff don't mean nothing. That don't like what you talking about?
Bro,
Give me the coin, then I'll take it."
I used to think I was so cool because early in my career I ain't take it serious. I'm like, oh man, I ain't gonna be here forever, man. I don't want no corn on, blah blah blah. Then I get old and I realize I don't have anything to signify everything that I've done in my career. I'm like, man,
Hmm.
what do I have to show for? I tell soldiers all the time, man, start caring about that because when you retire and your grandkids come and your kids come, they're gonna see all this stuff in that room, and then that might make them look at the military in a totally different light. So
Yeah,
I feel like those are necessary, man. And I like I said, where you came from to where you are now, what's in the future for you? Because I'm gonna
man,
tell
my
you,
goal, man.
I don't mean to
What's
cut you off.
no, you
I
good?
don't, because I'm gonna tell you, like so many of us in this meal talk space, we're gonna fade away. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I truly 100% feel like you gonna do something so impactful that is gonna change the face of the military and meal
Man,
talk as a whole,
I
man.
appreciate that,
You are
man.
gonna be
I
one of those
appreciate that,
dudes.
man. My goal, man. So I know I'm doing 30 years. I know for a fact I'm doing 30 years. So I think I'm at 13 right now. I know I'm doing 30. Damn, yeah, I'm getting old. I don't remember how long I've been in. Yeah, I'm at
Man,
13.
people
I
ask
know.
me, I just tell them the year.
Man,
Let them do the math.
my goal, man, is I want to be the quartermaster regimental sergeant major, man.
Hmm.
I met, man, the first African American, the first female. She was the first female, but she was also African American.
Hmm.
Um, Sergeant Major Tisa Scott, man. She became the Fort Lee. And this I'm talking about this is the sergeant major who like at the ball when Nuck if your buck come on, she in the
She
middle of
up
the
there,
flow.
yeah.
Yeah, she driving a Challenger with 20s on it. Like she like so I'm looking at her like man, this is
You
us.
seeing
Like,
you,
yeah,
yeah.
so one day, man, I'm we in the field, man. I'm out there. I'm snapping on on my company, man, because they just ain't getting it right. You know, just a typical drill sergeant stuff.
Hmm.
And she walk up like, man, why you yelling at them soldiers like that? It's like she was joking. She was like, come on, walk with me over here to the talk. And I'm so focused on walking with her that I'm not even paying attention to where we going because she don't know where she going. So she depending on me to take her. Man, I get this lady lost.
Yeah.
We in the middle of and now I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't got the sergeant major, the quartermaster sergeant major lost. She like, Drill, you know what you doing? I said, sergeant major, I ain't gonna lie, I'm in shock that you even are standing right here. She was like, well, let's walk all the way around, man. And we just chopping it up. I come to find out she the same MOS as me. She done already knew who I was. She just talking to me. She offered me a job. I didn't want to take it because I was so stuck on being a drill sergeant.
Hmm.
But I'm like, when I walked away from her, I'm like, I gotta get this job. When she walked in that talk, I'm talking about the battalion commander stood up. And I said, man, I need like, and when she talked, you knew she knew what she was talking about. She was spit, man. The way she was spitting sustainment, I'm talking about to battalion commanders who that's their entire job to be chiefs of sustainment and logistics. She's
Hmm.
spitting that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I need that. I gotta get that.
You definitely gonna get that, man. That is no doubt in my mind. And like man, like you saying you seeing that, that is what soldiers need to see. Like soldiers need to see what right looks like, but what cool can look like as well. It's such a
Hmm.
fine balance because like you saying, like she put together, she doing all this. This is the big dog, but
Big dog.
still getting the flow, still doing what she got to do, still let you know like I need to see that it's achievable. Because a lot
Hmm.
of soldiers don't think they can make it for a lot of soldiers. I'm gonna do one contract and get out. It's not until you start seeing that young soldier, that young person that's a E7, E8, listening to what you listening to, see him in civilian, they dressing how you dress. It's like the military is not the military. I truly feel like, despite what I say and what I experience, the military is a place for everybody.
It
We can
is.
all prosper in this space. if we just kind of put ourselves in the forefront and say, this is achievable for you.